What up, ladies and gentlemen? Coach Bruce, aka Daddy's here. To my left, right,
Left, yeah.
left.
Right.
It'd be right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it would be
it's
right. Yeah.
It's my left here, but it's my right on screen. Yeah. To my left, no wait, my right, we got MJ Early. He's back. He's ready to go. It's fresh haircut, ready to talk about his amazing. I cannot wait for you guys to hear about his amazing weekend. But guys, it's playoff basketball. You know what that means, y'all? 100 to 195, 105 to 100 scores. Not any of this crap where it's like 130, 120, 140, none of that crap.
None of these all-star game scores.
No, right. Now it's actually people that care. So I'll just say it like that. MJ, what's the good word, my dude?
Oh, we're doing great. I realize I didn't put my headphones on. I'm trying to get my headphones on. There we go. Now we got everything ready.
You're acting like this is the first time we've ever done this.
Yeah, this is my first day, guys. Hi, my name is MJ. Nice to meet you. I'm doing great. Day off today. Much needed after the last week. I did not golf. My dad's in California. Actually, he was golfing with his brother today out in Cali. Sent me a video of him nailing a birdie putt. Oh yeah. So took a break, a little week break from the golf. Because I worked 30 whatever hours in the first 3 days this week. Paige is recovering from a little strep throat action. So she's been knocked out. So just hung out today.
Whoa. Breaking news.
What?
NCAA power conferences agree to allow schools to pay their players. The NCAA will pay over $2.7 billion in damages over the past 10 years. Yo!
From who? What?
That just happened right now live.
Where?
Immediate reaction on ESPN, on the ESPN.
What?
On the ESPN. I just came across. So power conferences are now allowed to pay their players. What? How is it? It's not amateur anymore, ladies and gentlemen. This is minor leagues. And I called it. I've said this, and I can't wait to talk to Nate about this stuff right here because
holy crap.
This is not college basketball, college baseball, college football, anything like that. This is minor leagues now, ladies and gentlemen.
The NCAA and its leagues are planning to alert plaintiffs' attorneys Thursday that they are prepared to move forward with a multi-billion-dollar agreement to settle 3 pending federal antitrust cases.
$2.7 million.
To past and current athletes. Sources said the parties have also agreed to a revenue-sharing plan allowing each school to share up to roughly $20 million per year with its athletes. All D1 athletes going back to 2016 are eligible to receive a share as a part of the settlement class.
Okay, so how much is that?
Well, so I'm assuming
what's the categories in passing out the money?
Right, so I'm assuming it would have something to do with playing time, and something to do with how much your school actually brought in revenue, or how much, and all of that.
So interesting. So this could bring in, but this could also bring in more lawsuits. Unless,
no. All in exchange, athletes cannot sue the NCAA or other potential antitrust violations and drop their complaints in 3 open cases: House versus NCAA, Hubbard versus NCAA, Carter versus NCAA.
Because the first thing I immediately thought though, right there was, say I'm Marvin Harrison Jr. bitch. Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me talk to you. Yeah. So say I'm Marvin Harrison Jr., right? And I'm the guy that's bringing in the dough. I'm the guy that's bringing in all sorts of stuff. My jerseys are selling out at Ohio State. I was doing amazing things for Ohio State, this, that, and the other.
Right.
And then you got the other guy over here, freaking, I don't know, Barbecue Joe.
Yeah.
Barbecue Joe.
Josh Smith, yeah.
Josh, yeah, I like Barbecue Joe. Barbecue Joe, because he gets cooked all the time.
Dang.
You like that? Barbecue Joe right here is sitting on the bench, last man on the team, first man standing, but it is what it is. And, he's going to get the same amount of money that Marvin Harrison Jr. bitch is going to get. You know what I'm saying?
I hope not. But
you know what I'm saying? Because like the revenue, if it's distributed equally amongst the players, okay, that's nice and kind and all. However, we live in a society in America.
okay.
Oh, here we go.
So
What do you got for me?
Players usually have a window of more than 30 days to raise objections or opt out of the settlement. If they opt out, players give up any money that they would receive from the damages, but retain the right to sue the NCAA and its schools in the future for antitrust violations.
Oh, this is deep.
If they find out, so obviously
this is tasty.
Whoever is
Barbecue Joe likes it.
Yeah, whoever's on the player's side of this lawsuit will kind of let all the players know, hey, this is how much you might get. This is how much you might get, depending on the deal that they're working out right now. They even for some reason in this article, they have a quote from the Illinois athletic director who says, we recognize that we're just on the front end of this entire process. There's a lot to be sorted out as we really try to wrap our arms around some of the details, idiot, that we're putting in place now. It's wrap our brain, you dumb. Okay, whatever.
Trying to wrap our arms around it.
Yeah, trying to wrap my arms around this.
It's like giving a huge hug.
Bring it on in.
Yeah.
You antitrust. Oh my god.
Oh man.
Whatever. But yeah,
anyways.
This is wild, dude.
Dude, this is big. So this drops a week after basically that NCAA 25 is getting ready to launch and get ready to go. By the way, I cannot effing wait for that. But I digress.
Oh, here we go. Sorry, I keep reading further in this article and getting more information.
I haven't read it. I have nothing in front of me.
I know. That's okay. That's why I'm doing it. A series of formulas devised by a sports economist.
Here we go.
Wait, economist. Sorry.
Economist.
Brain. Economist.
We got some economists.
We get some economists in here. Will be used to decide how to split the $2.7 billion in damages.
Connor, you got some economists?
Amongst more than 10,000 former and current athletes. He said some money will be split evenly among all members, but other parts will be allocated based on the athlete's market value. Okay. Metrics such as career snap count or a player's star rating in recruiting may determine their payouts.
What about... Okay, so those are just a few of the genres that they're going to be using.
Yeah, but I would assume the idea is you either played a lot and produced for that school through your career, whether that was in the last couple of years or whatever, or you were a really hot topic when you got brought in as a high-star recruit. Maybe didn't pan out, maybe didn't stay super long, but you were at one point a hot commodity for that school.
Interesting. Man, dude, that's big. This is some big stuff. Breaking news on TDT Media Third Down Thursdays, the flagship. All those players are getting
little moolah
action. No, I love that. Honestly, again, it goes okay. I really want to talk to Nate about this. I can't wait till Nate's on later. Y'all, just so you know, tune in and stay with us because we got some entertainment coming your way, such as the Davis Division, the best segments in podcast history. But I digress again. Let me talk to you. But listen, Nate has great thoughts on this. My personal opinion with regards to paying the student athlete, I don't like it. I think it's I think you're muddling in an area, and okay, so don't get me wrong.
You still don't like it?
I still don't like it. I think it's muddling in an area that is it's tough, man. Like and okay, so don't get me wrong either though. Like I'm not smart enough to wrap my brain around this either, because I don't want to see the NCAA and or colleges, universities taking advantage of these young men and ladies.
Fair.
Because that's not fair to them, because these guys and ladies are busting their asses. They're waking up at 5 a.m. going to practices and eating right and doing these things for a university and college that may not necessarily give them the same benefit. Although free education, so you'd be like, oh, you get free education. Who gives a shit? at the end of the day, because the vast majority of them aren't even going to end up being in that same area that they are studying anyways. But saying that, the NCAA is an absolute disgrace of an organization, and I think it's run by people that rather bury their head in the sand so that way they don't have to hear anything that's going on and collect that money. You know what I'm saying? So again, I just don't know how to. I really don't know how to deal with this. I really don't, because like I don't want to put these like young ladies and young men in position to be paid, because at the end of the day, then it's a minor league. The NCAA is going to be a minor league for all professional sports, and not all of them are going to be professional athletes at the end of the day. So I don't know. It's interesting.
Okay. Here's a weird one. This is like an oddly specific thing, but these are just the questions I'll have. Say in golf, right, where you cannot accept a check of any kind for playing golf until you want to turn pro. Can guys not take money from their school to play golf? Right? You get what I'm saying? Like, they're listed as an amateur until they get their first, tour check or whatever it is.
So say the Masters. So the Masters just not most recently, but like a couple weeks ago was the Masters. And at the Masters, there was I can't remember the amateur that was there, but did very, very well. And they
played with Tiger on the last day.
Yeah, on the last day, because Tiger they were sucking. But like in the first, I think it was the first day on like Thursday, like he was just rocking. He was doing really, really well. And they said something along the lines like, "Oh, he's not, he can't collect that money because he's still an amateur." Okay, so to go along with what you were saying, like how like where's the line right now? Where's this line? So, which brings me to my point where I was actually thinking about it when you were talking about that question is, what about the higher end players? So I'm going to use the example of Caitlin Clark, for instance. Okay.
Yeah.
So she just left Iowa. She's playing for Indiana Fever, blah, blah, blah. However, she has big time NIL money.
Right.
All right. So
like big time. Yeah.
Big time. Exactly. So are they going to say, okay, Caitlin Clark has let's just say $1 million in NIL money, and this other girl on the team, like Jean Storm, you like the X-Men reference there?
Yeah.
Jean Storm here has only, like, she's the last person on the bench, 15th woman on the team, but she's still like a part of the team, and she's still good enough to be on this team. Like, are we going to pay her? She has no NIL money, and are we going to pay her more? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like the
based off of that formula that it was saying in the ESPN article, it sounds like
they won't pay her.
That Caitlin Clark would still make more.
Right. She should, but
right. But it's still wild. Also, it's wild that the Pac-12 had to sign off on it.
True.
Because the Pac-12 doesn't exist anymore. It's the Pac-2. And then it's the Pac-None. I just think it's wild.
Dude, it's crazy. And so to kind of expand on this though, and please correct me if I'm wrong, Connor, MJ, correct me if I'm wrong. NIL money is private money, isn't it? It's privately like.
Yeah, it doesn't go through the schools at all.
Right. So that's another thing that, man, dude, I'm saying.
So basically, what this is especially for the giant programs like Alabama, right?
Right.
Exactly. Where you have people who make so much money as players for the school, and up until 3 years ago when NIL became a thing, couldn't even officially make anything from it. Now it's just saying, hey, you have to give a little bit of that back to your players.
Man.
Not all of it, obviously, but it's going to be interesting to see how that translates. Because, like, for example, like the Oakland A's have with the revenue sharing is what makes me concerned. Because, like, the Oakland A's and Major League Baseball have revenue sharing, right? So the A's get a certain profit of whatever every year, but then don't even take like a third of their revenue sharing to their payroll. So I'm just
Right.
curious. I'm
Yeah,
curious
that's a good point too.
how the revenue sharing aspect
But that's an internal.
translates
That's
to what.
That's internal too, though. You're talking about like an internal structure thing, right? Like the
No,
infrastructure of
that's revenue sharing in NCAA.
So okay, so like what I was just thinking. So what I'm thinking in comparing it to currently is, let's just say U of I, for instance, in the Big Ten.
Yeah,
You're not going to put U of I against like Ohio State. Ohio State's going to make like a fuck ton more money.
But the idea is,
but they're both in the Big Ten, and it's shared amongst like
you're out.
Just because it's like, yeah, it's fine. But just because it's a part of the same conference, and it's like a power conference. There you go. That's what I was looking for. Is it shared amongst the power conferences? Because that's what that they didn't say based off of team. They said or school. It was based off of power conferences. So that's another thing. Like, because you're gonna get like a teams like let's say Iowa. Iowa can get like money for another good punter. So I don't know, man. Like I think this is a very slippery slope.
Oh, here we go. So in the new compensation model, each school will be permitted but not required to set aside up to $21 million in revenue to share with the athletes per year. Though as revenues rise, so could the cap.
I'm interested to,
but that not required.
Right. I was about to say, like, I'm interested to see though.
That's wild.
Okay, so when are these? So when's the first FOIA? When's the first FOIA? Gonna be Freedom of Information Act. When's the first lawsuit for that?
Boy. So athletes in all sports would be eligible for payments, and schools would be given the freedom to decide how that money is divvied up amongst sports programs. Scholarship limits by sport will be replaced by roster restrictions.
This is so bad, dude. This is so bad. I'm saying right now.
And the next paragraph is even worse. Whether the new compensation model is subject to the Title IX gender equity law is unknown, along with whether schools will be able to bring NIL activities in-house.
Oh, here we go.
As they hope and squeeze out the booster run collectives that have sprouted up in the last few years to pay athletes. This is going okay. So when I was in sports communication, we studied Title IX a lot. And It was very interesting because one of my professors was actually like kind of an expert on it. And she was in college when Title IX came out. And she was just talking about like how crazy it was because she was studying communication and all of this. And so I'm just fascinated. Like, this is where my sports comm degree is. Like, there is so much to this that we can't think of, that the ESPN or the Associated Press can't think of right now.
I'm saying, dude,
this is wild.
Again, it goes back to what I was saying earlier. A lot smarter people are going to wrap their brains around this, but I just think that this is an area that is going to. I don't want to say it's going to destroy college sports, because I don't think it's going to destroy college sports. But I think it's putting. What's the reason? So the NBA actually spearheaded this with allowing. All right, so the NBA completely spearheaded this back a few years ago, saying that players can leave immediately outside of webcam utility. Hi, webcam utility. You all right over there? You good? Can you hear me? You got comms? Connor, does he have comms? We have no comms. Kick him out. Get him out until he gets comms. Let me finish my statement. Oh, go ahead, Connor. Get him out. Get him out, Connor. All right. So real quick, guys. One of the things that you immediately, like I was saying, that I immediately thought of too, was the NBA allowing players to say to go over or to get straight out of high school into the G League and be able to be paid in the G League. I can't remember the player's name. Connor, help me with the player's name if you can remember the guy who went straight from high school into the G League. But I I'm gonna tell you right now that this is a very slippery slope that they're on, and we saw it. Hey, what's up, MJ? You back? You good?
Yes.
Yeah, all right, we're good. So, all right, so what I was just talking about was how I think the NBA kind of spearheaded this a little bit though by allowing high school players to go to the G League instead of going to college first.
Yes.
And being paid for it. So, it's almost like the NCAA is like, no, we can't allow this because we're going to lose our money. We're going to lose our ability to profit off of anything. And we need them to stay around by us because, again, basketball is the only sport off the top of my head, major sport, excuse me, that allows their players to go straight from college to semi-pro. When I say semi-pro, I mean G League, and pro overseas. Whereas like football, you have to play in college for what, 3 years, your junior year, to qualify for an NFL draft, or at least the age, I think at the age of like 21, 22 years old for you to qualify for the draft. So, or to try out for an NFL team. And man, dude, slippery slope, my guy, slippery slope. You good over there? What the hell happened?
Yeah, I'm good. I don't. First, my adapter just like had a seizure or something for a second. I have no idea what happened. I'm good. I'm just putting out a tweet about the thing right now on our account because holy crap, dude.
No, it's a. Yeah, no. Like I said, I'm not. It's weird. Again, I'm not opposed to the players getting some kind of composition. Yeah, there you go.
Give them some composition.
Give them some composition, baby.
Look, comp 101 up in here.
No, I'm not opposed to them getting getting paid for the things that they do.
Getting that shmoney.
But I just it's very, very difficult for me to find a I guess appropriate means of revenue that is equitable across the board.
Yeah, that's the thing is, and
that might have been the smartest thing I've said in a long fucking time. Can I just say that right now?
You're out.
Let's get a round of applause for the young man.
Thank you.
Let's get a round of applause for
Daddy is here. Daddy.
Hey, that they talk about dad strength. What about those dad smarts? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, they come few and far between.
I'm proud of you.
Very far between. But yeah, man.
Oh my gosh! All right, let's bring in the young man. Let's bring him in.
Hold on. I'm gonna leave the mic up there. Sorry, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the best, most amazing segment in podcast history. The man, the myth, the legend himself, Connor Davis with the Davis Division. Let's go.
I feel like I've been gone a long time. I don't know. It just feels like I feel like there's a lot I have to catch you guys up on.
I'm ready.
Hey, let's hear it.
I'm ready, brother.
He's crawling around right behind me. I got a little puppy.
You got a puppy now.
Oh, my goodness.
So we got him. I don't know what kind of dog he is, but I'm hoping he's a pit bull. You know, that's what I'm hoping he is. I love pit bulls, but he does teeth a lot. That's the one thing I don't like about him. You hold him and he just like bites on your arms and stuff.
I mean, yeah,
he's biting on my paper right now. Okay, and then I did get a job. I don't know if y'all heard about that, but I did get a job for the summer.
Got that J.O.B.
Yeah, I decided to go into serving, so now I'm making tip money and.
Hey, but let's be honest. Connor is built to be a server. Like Connor's got that southern charm, baby.
You're not supposed to. What?
You're gonna get that point though, where you're gonna hear it's like someone's gonna like say something. You're gonna get so pissed off. You're gonna be like, "This is some bullshit."
Oh, you're not. I mean, like you're not even supposed to make tips training. So you make like a lot more hourly training, right?
Yeah.
But they've let me like just go in and just try and like get tip money. They'll let me go and take a table myself. They don't even care.
Heck,
it's been pretty cool. I mean, because Chick-fil-A kind of like prepared me for that. So a lot of them don't even know my background.
So, can you just walk up to one table, please?
It's like if y'all were sitting at the table.
No. Yeah, give us
You want me to give you like what?
Hey,
Yes.
give us a. I'm sitting here, Connor, and I'm enjoying you. You did a very good job. You got me. The first thing you asked was like you sat us. We're having a business meeting. First thing you said, "Can I get you something to drink?" You got me my Coors Light. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Continue, sir.
And I can serve alcohol, right? So you got your Coors Light. What does MJ have? Water with lemon or?
No, I got my caffeine.
Okay, you have a caffeine. So you're sitting down with you might be having a business meeting. You all are sitting down with your menus in front of you, looking at it. I still have to learn the menu, so I just come up to you. I'm like, I've already introduced myself. My name's Connor. You've already got.
Yeah, you're good. We're
and I come up to you. You already got your drinks. I said, can we start off with some appetizers? We got salads. I know the fried crawfish tails are really popular here. We got fried zucchini, fried mushrooms. What are we starting off with? I know you're all a little bit hungry because I am too. So we starting off with appetizer wise.
All right, Connor, I have a question for you.
Yes,
all right,
sir.
you already mentioned you're new here. Yeah, I guess you're working your tail off, whatever. All right, so what are the things that you have tried that are really good on the appetizer menu?
On the appetizer menu, now we do have a very, very good. Now it's made in house. It's very fresh, homemade. It's a spinach artichoke dip. A lot of times, I'm a big roll guy with it. I can give you some rolls on the side, but usually it comes with tortilla chips.
Okay, so you guys
get you one of those.
You guys got rolls though?
We do have rolls. It comes with all our salads, and if you're looking to get a salad as well, we can put that with the appetizer too.
I mean, we're in the South, bro. I'm not eating a salad in the South, bro.
But our salads are very, very fresh. Those are also homemade. I mean, that's my favorite part of this place are the salads for sure. They're my favorite.
I'm sold.
I bet his favorite is tossing the salads too.
So say I write you down for the spinach artichoke dip in a salad,
Yep.
Have these things called perfect tickets, right? And so your goal to have a perfect ticket is to have an appetizer, a salad, a main course, of course, and a dessert. That is your perfect ticket because the more you spend, the more you'll get in tips.
You're upselling.
So I'm trying to sell you on, hey, you said you like the rolls with the spinach dip. Well, you can get more rolls if you were to order a salad and pair that with your spinach artichoke dip.
Again, you're upselling.
I am upselling so that I can get more tip money in return at the end of the day.
Hey, but you know what though? If you're good, all right. So what on average, MJ, you can answer this better too, or good too, or well. You can answer this well too. On average, what is the normal tip rate down in the South? Is it 20% like it is up here?
Like 18 to 20. I mean, I got tipped probably like 30 the other day. My first day working, I got tipped 30%.
So MJ, what's your thoughts? Sorry.
I tip a little bit more in the South because the service is better.
Okay, so that being said, saying that.
No.
So minimum, like even if you suck as a server, I'm going to tip 20%. Unless you're absolutely seriously, that's how I am. Yes. Like,
because they don't make any money.
But if you are absolute fucking dog shit, like if you are fucking the worst of the worst, I will give you like $10. What up, Si?
Well, and that's my thing is like, because technically to get to $10, you have to spend like more than 40, right?
Okay, so I pissed off.
Tip. So I'll give you at least 10, as long as like me and my wife sit down, have a meal, you serve us, everything's good, no complaints. Even if we don't get to the point where my bill says I would have to tip $10, I'll give you at least $10.
You're giving me more than $10 with the spinach artichoke dip and 2 salads and
I bet I am, buddy.
$10.
And we both already got a drink. Like it's gonna be, you're fine.
You're fine.
Connor's gonna be able to go out on his own nice dinner after that.
Bro, so last week for Mother's Day, real quick. Actually, I didn't get a chance to talk about what happened. It's fine. It's not a big deal. But so last weekend we went out for real quick. So it kind of relates, to be honest with you. So last week we went out for Mother's Day, and boom, look at that, $40. That's it on what?
Dang,
fries. But real quick. But so we went out for Mother's Day. Awesome time. Had a great time. We went to a brewery, which was nice. We went to this other place, and there was only a select options on the stuff. What do you guys use for your point of service or POS? Yeah,
Like our system?
yeah. Is it Toast? Is it what is it called? Do you know or no?
I just started there.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
He's
Fair
got
enough.
no idea.
Fair enough. Anyway, long story short, though, real quick. So we went to this other place afterwards, and to be honest with you, it was more my vibe afterwards because it was more like I guess like a dive bar and like more like beers and just hanging out, whatever. It was actually a Harley place, so a lot of motorcycles and stuff parked out there. It was fun, good times, whatever. Long story short, we ended up like having some food, having a lot of drinks, and our bill was I think it was $50. And I
That's
tipped
not that much.
I tipped $35.
I love it.
My wife was pretty pissed off at me. I'll just put it like that. She's like, "Why'd you tip so much?" I was like, "Oh, that's why."
Yeah, I mean, we want to tell Connor about the tip I left one time when you were unable to tip.
Oh yeah, you can go for it. I don't care.
No, you're gonna have to because I don't remember the number. I just remember the number was outrageous.
Yeah, it was. I don't know.
Let's just say something along the lines of Bruce had enough
I
drinks
was
to get
hammered.
him hammered at this bar in downtown Indianapolis at the Slippery Noodle.
But like shots, no joke, were like
They had a strong pour, and there was a military
Yes.
man buying Bruce shots. There was a guy in a trench coat that didn't have a name that was buying Bruce shots. So to his credit, he didn't buy all of them. Whatever he bought, he was unable. He got his credit card out, but he was unable to like sign for himself, right? And so the bartender knew me and Bruce. We'd been there all weekend. He was like,
Yeah.
he looked at me. He was like, "Hey, just
You sign
sign,
for this guy?
just sign for Bruce. Leave whatever tip. You guys are good, right?" And
I don't even remember what
I was tipsy enough to the point where I got a little excited because I was like, okay, these guys have taken care of us all weekend. This has been our hangout spot. This has been a fantastic weekend at the NFL Combine in Indianapolis.
It sounds so
Shout out
bad.
to the NFL for having us. I was like, hey, I get to leave whatever tip on Bruce's dime. I already know that it's about to be annoying getting him back to this hotel.
Oh, it was too.
I'm going to make it hurt in the morning too. I want to say it was a round number. It was either 50 or 100. I don't know.
I think it was 100, dude.
I think it was. But it was
It was
deserved
100.
of crap that we put that place through that weekend. Me, Bruce, Richie, Alex, like it was deserved.
Honestly, though, it was so much fun. We had
Because
so
also
much
they gave us food and drink that we didn't pay for.
They
Like,
did. They're
like
awesome. The guy was cool as hell.
I would just look up and there's another drink.
They're like,
And Schmitty would be like, yours
Schmitty's
was
the man.
empty. And okay. And then we'd look at our bill, and between me and Bruce, it would be like 4 drinks. And we're like,
Connor, let me tell you something real quick. All right.
Huh?
So I know we're interrupting the Davis division right now, but this is great stuff right here. So
it's okay. He hasn't put his banner up yet, so he's not even counting this.
Fair. So like when y'all get if y'all like get the opportunity, if anyone's watching this, have an opportunity to cover the NFL draft, or excuse me, the NFL Combine, please make sure you go to the Slippery Noodle, because Schmitty over there, MJ and I walked into that place after doing interviews at the Combine, walked over there at like 11 o'clock in the morning, and Schmitty was already feeling himself, if you know what I'm saying. Not in that way, but in that way. And
I think in both ways.
probably, maybe.
Jeez.
And man, dude, like that guy immediately poured his shots right away and just started like saying, "Let's go." I'm like, "All right, cool." But they're under new ownership. That's why we got screwed over this year.
Yeah. But as long as Schmitty and
What's the other chick's name?
yep, I will never remember it.
Same. She was cool though. She was really nice to us.
She was really cool, but Schmitty's easy to remember. Her name's like Rebecca or something.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I'll remember it when I ask her again when we go.
All I'm saying is,
And then I'm not going to remember it again.
all I'm saying is, I've been checking, but real quick. So I've been checking every day for the credentials for the Hall of Fame game. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you right now. On my way to the Hall of Fame game, I'm stopping in Indianapolis just so that way I can go to the Slippery Noodle and have myself a drink.
I'm proud of you. Never once during that story did you mess up the name of the.
I know. I was
Restaurant.
believe me, the thought came across my mind, but I didn't do it. All right, with that,
I'm proud of
ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the slippery nipple.
Also known as the Davis Division.
I don't know if there's anything slippery on here, unless y'all want to get oiled up or something.
What?
We gotta
I
clip
wish
that. Hey, we gotta
wish I
clip
had
that.
that.
We gotta
I
clip
wish I
that.
had the blomp sound.
We gotta
What
clip
did he
that.
say?
We gotta clip that. I would love to play that again for freaking Nate.
Oh my gosh, dude.
That's good. That's good.
Literally.
Experiencing 1 to 3 inches already. We're expecting about 2 more inches.
I clipped it.
What?
This is why I keep Twitch open on my
Yeah, exactly.
computer now
Put it
as
on
I go.
Twitch.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, Connor.
Well,
now that you're all oiled up.
Yep. There wasn't a lot of news in the NFL, but I like to kind of keep the football as topic because y'all about to get really deep into some basketballs. So I decided to kind of have an overarching theme of the segment, and this will be kind of looking at starting quarterback scenarios for specific teams that I have picked out that have been interesting to me. Because then I can like tell you backstories and kind of preface what each of these teams, because one of them happens to be somebody that I have known for just about my entire life watching on TV. And that man goes by the name of Sean Payton. Now, Sean Payton is still unsure of who his next Drew Brees will be up in Denver, Colorado. Now, for the 2024 NFL season, the Broncos have 3 quarterbacks on their depth chart. We know that they had just drafted Bo Nix out of Oregon in the first round this past draft. They still have Jarrett Stidham, who played at Auburn, and then they have Zach Wilson, who, of course, played at BYU, who they just acquired from the Jets in a trade. I think they gave him a 2-week stay at the nearest Best Western. I think that was the trade for Zach Wilson. So,
Cute.
Sean Payton in, their mandatory kind of mini camps, whatever it's called, OTAs, I guess
It's
that's
optional.
what they are. Yeah. They're not the mandatories yet, I don't think. He quoted, out of these 3 quarterbacks, he says, "We try to split up all the reps for all of them," kind of insinuating like, hey, there's still a shot for all 3 of these guys to win the starting job in Denver. We're just waiting on.
Wait, who are the 3?
So I have Bo Nix, Jarrett Stidham, and Zach Wilson. Now, Bo Nix is funny enough. Bo Nix was actually Jarrett Stidham's successor.
Talk about 1 to 2
Auburn.
inches.
Yes, sir. So my question for y'all is, who will be Sean Payton's next Drew Brees? And that is a very loose. I use that very loosely.
Yeah, I know. No
Oh,
Drew Brees
it is-
slander
it is-
around here.
It is kind of a cool way to word the question. So who
It's
wants
not
to get
cool.
first?
Well,
Who's starting
Oh.
in the 2024
Oh,
season
MJ.
for the Denver Broncos?
I don't
Oh,
think
I
he
know what
starts Bo Nix right away.
I think he does.
Now,
let MJ talk.
but Bo Nix could light it up. As of right now, they invested a high draft pick in him, so it's possible. But they've got 2 veterans there. It's more likely that one of them impresses veterans. I understand. It's just weird because Jarrett Stidham is going to be like the boring guy, right? Like he's going to get, straight B minuses, and he's going to, he's never going to go to detention, and, he's not dating the prettiest girl in school and whatever. And Zach Wilson is the bad boy. Like he gets C's, he gets detention. He's dated a little bit of a hotter girl at the beginning of school, but they broke up now, and we're not really sure what he's going to do next. And then Bo Nix is just like supposed to be like the golden boy. Like he was the homecoming king, but nobody is really sure how because nobody voted for him. Like I just don't. They could go anywhere with this. I think it'll end up being Bo Nix like no more than like week 6. But I wouldn't be surprised if Sean Payton did something stupid. It was just like, yeah, we'll start Jarrett Stidham. And then he benches Stidham after 2 weeks. They give Wilson a couple weeks. And then they're like, okay, now we go to Bo Nix. Now he's ready. Like, we gave Bo a little bit of time to sit and learn from these guys. We're really excited to see what he can do in week 7 against the Panthers or whatever. Like, that sounds like something Sean Payton would do. I don't think he starts Bo Nix right away because I don't think Bo Nix is ready to start right away.
Shit, Bo Nix better be ready to start. Dude's 25 years old. What the hell?
Isn't he older than Zach Wilson?
Out of all the last overall draft picks, the last 4, I think. He's older than all of them.
He's the Chris Wanke of this draft, bro. Like, we haven't seen this in years.
He's the Chris what?
So, Chris Wanke, look that guy up.
I'm surprised he didn't say Winky.
You like that?
He won a Heisman in like 2000.
Connor,
probably like 2000.
Connor, let Bruce talk.
Dang. Get wrecked.
So, all right. So, I kind of like what MJ was alluding to though with Stidham and Zach Wilson with the whole like talk about girls and who's better, like blah blah blah. Zach Wilson, first of all, will be banging the moms. So let's put it.
Okay, I wasn't gonna say that, but yeah.
Well, let's put him in that category. All right.
Broke up with his girlfriend because
he was banging him
with his mom. Yeah,
he found a MILF. So I'm gonna say it like this. All right. But so Sean Payton, to his credit, and it really is to his credit, he's too good of a coach to not find the correct person to be starting right away. And I think Connor, you can attest to that. And you can agree with me on that, I would hope. So I think that it's not going to be Zach Wilson for sure. I think it's going to be a battle between Stidham and Bo Nix. And I'm going to say Bo Nix wins it out. And if he doesn't win out, it's going to be a very, very, very short turnaround for him to be starting. I'm saying like week 3, week 4. That all of a sudden Bo Nix is in the starting lineup for the Denver Broncos. But in my opinion, based off your question, Connor, Bo Nix starts right away.
And MJ thinks he starts probably like mid-season after all the trial and error of the other two goes on. So you're thinking it's a veteran quote-unquote thing that like he's going to start the older people.
Yeah.
The one that has experience.
Yeah, I can see that too.
And it's got like a trickle-down effect.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to see Wilson and Stidham just absolutely blow chunks.
But you are, but both you like. All right, so to speak to that point, I think they already have a track record of what they provide. One is a trash quarterback, the other bangs moms. So,
and then there's Bo Nix.
25 years old as a rookie. Let's get it, dude.
And then there's Broncos, Jack coming in with the horrible takes already to start.
No. Stidham is not the best quarterback on that roster. Come on.
I don't even really know Jarrett Stidham's stats.
It's because he barely has any.
He's trash.
Now, Jarrett Stidham and Zach Wilson are both like Sean Payton types, but like.
I'm curious to expand on that. How are they Sean Payton types?
Small quarterbacks with good arms that weren't very accurate.
I don't think he has that good of an arm, does he?
It's not.
I think Zach Wilson. Average. I think Zach Wilson has a better arm than that. He's got better fingers.
I mean, yeah.
Ask that lady's.
Whoa!
I'm done.
Let me get a timeout.
That was wild.
Let me get a timeout. All right. Connor, what else you got?
I didn't say Bo Nix had a good arm.
Well, I feel like before I get that, I just want to make this clear. When you play in the Pac-12, you have to have somewhat of an arm. I'm not saying that he has like the strongest arm, but he's got to be somewhat good.
No, you have to be smart in the
Pac-12.
You have to be smart in the Pac-12, and you have to be able to make decisions quickly in the Pac-12.
But Connor, I thought anybody who didn't play in the SEC was doo-doo.
Oh,
I did not say that.
I thought anybody who played quarterback outside of the SEC never.
We are not here to argue amongst each other yet.
It's not even an argument.
So you're saying
it's
all right? So
slander.
All right, Dick. All right, how about
Well,
this? So SEC is trash.
heavy
There's a reason
passing.
why. There's a reason why the Big Ten won the national championship. I'm just gonna say that.
It's heavy passing,
Next.
which is why you have to have
Next.
somewhat of a good arm.
Next.
I'm not okay. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna go there. I'm just gonna keep going because I could like
No, no, you can
destroy.
say it.
No,
Say
I'm just
it.
gonna keep
No,
going.
no,
I'm just
say
gonna
it.
keep to
No,
myself.
no.
I mean, it's okay. I already know that Connor's
MJ,
scared
MJ,
because
stop.
he
MJ, hold on,
never opted into our debate before the draft, so I know he's scared.
Ooh. No, Connor, wanna hear it.
I
Say it,
legit was
say it.
like had
Say
a
it.
bunch of stuff ready for that. By the way,
Connor, say it. I want to hear it because the second Kenny comes on, I'm unleashing Kenny on you.
yeah,
Say
because
it.
Kenny's an Ohio State fan.
I think we should save it for when Kenny and Nate are here.
Oh,
I
Yep.
think we should save it for when Kenny and Nate are here, and Connor can 4v1 everybody else saying the SEC.
I'm not about to 4v1 everybody.
no.
This
Hey,
is
all right.
this is not a porno. This is TDT. We're gonna keep it the how it is now.
You're
And
out.
then
You
y'all
know,
can have-
you know
You're
what
out.
this is? This is
Jack, can I get a freak of the week?
yes. Right here, this guy right here, freak of the week.
Y'all can clip that too. I don't care.
I'm about to.
All right, let's go.
I'm glad my mom left.
He's on the wait. What's the one called, by the way? What's the thing called? The tryouts on the couch. What the fuck's it called? The fucking. Come on, I know someone knows it in the
I have
chat.
no idea what you're talking about. I'm
MJ,
gonna
come
be
on.
honest.
I know for
I'm sorry, I'm clipping this, and I have this is not a porno in my ear. What were you saying?
what's it
My
called?
mind is not
The tryouts on the couch, or what the hell is it called? The
Casting couch.
All right, there you go. We're not doing a casting couch right now. Oh, MJ knew it right away. Let's go. Next one, Kyle. Let's run this. Let's run
okay.
this.
Let's get going.
I thought Connor's like this is this clip is fantastic.
I'm glad it is. Oops. Okay, so we're gonna get to a team that this is kind of misleading, but I do it on purpose. For Seahawks free agency, there's one player in particular that they could not re-sign, but there is a reason for this. Now, the New York Giants, they skipped on the QB at number 6. They could have gotten J.J. McCarthy or Michael Penix or Bo Nix at number 6, but they ended up drafting Malik Neighbors, wide receiver out of LSU, alluding to the fact that they're going to stick with their QB room of Daniel Jones and their newly acquired free agent quarterback, Drew Lock. Now, there's a reason that Drew Lock did not want to re-sign with the Seahawks, because he had in his mindset that, hey, I now have a chance as a starting position in New York, so I might as well take that chance, go to New York and see if I can start, because right now I'm not going to start over Geno. There's no way. But there's a chance that, hey, Daniel Jones just came off of injury. He's probably worsened or digressed because of that. I now have a chance to start for an NFL team again. I'm going to take it. So my question for y'all is, who's starting for the Giants? I'm assuming they stick with where their money is. They're going to start Daniel Jones and then possibly Drew Lock beats him out. What do y'all think?
I'm gonna say this right now. How are we not giving credit to the man, the myth, the legend himself, Tommy DeVito? What are we doing here? What are we doing here, boys? Tommy DeVito should be starting week 1 for the New York.
He wasn't. I mean,
I'm
he wasn't
totally
even in
kidding.
the
I'm
You
totally
laugh, but I was considering doing that.
I'm totally kidding. I mean, all right. So legitimately, you do have to start Daniel Jones just because of money. Neighbors is already complaining that he doesn't want on the inside, like from some of the other circles that I've been like seeing and hearing, that like Neighbors is already complaining he doesn't like being in New York. Go figure. But it's like, okay, so I go to crap quarterback 1, crap quarterback 2, or crap quarterback 3. That's it. Like, and I'm gonna say, dude, wait, what was that? Remember what the DeVito was supposed to go to some Italian, like a deli or something like that, or a pizza place, and all of a sudden he was charging $10,000 because he was doing well, and then they're like, they put him on blast because they couldn't afford it, and then he's like, I'll just show up anyways. Anyway, I'm gonna say it's Daniel Jones starting week 1 has to be because of money. That's it. It's not because of talent because he sucks. But yeah.
I mean, yeah, what he said. They're not gonna start Drew Lock unless freaking Danny Dimes ain't even Danny Pennies. Oh, we can't do a little community outreach. Yikes. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's unfortunate for Drew Lock. It's just a good like backup QB move. He's not a starter in the league anymore. He's just not.
He's not. Agree.
Tommy DeVito isn't a starter in the league. He had a good couple games. He's not a starter in the league. So Daniel Jones is their starter.
Who is?
Daniel Jones.
Sorry.
What? Sorry, what? I don't understand.
You know what? My stuff went out.
Oh, okay, yeah. Daniel Jones is their starter. Just plain simple. I don't see it happening any other way.
I kind of like Drew Lock though. I'm gonna put that out there. I feel like he's still got a little bit of that dog in him. He wants to play.
Not that dog.
It's not because he went to Missouri. Let's just put that out.
Oh, there it is.
Oh my
There
gosh.
it is.
Of course.
He went to an SEC
There
school
we
unless I said it.
There it is. Oh my God. There it is. Connor loves.
I mean, I wouldn't have noticed if I said that. There's no
SEC.
way.
Wow.
Okay, we can keep this one brief because this is actually one that I'm interested in because it involves a Mississippi native. So we have the Raiders depth chart, and we're looking at a couple quarterbacks for here. We have Aiden O'Connell, Gardner Minshew, the Mississippi man who they just signed in free agency, Anthony Brown Jr., who they just signed from the Ravens last season as a free agent, and then we have Carter Bradley, the South Alabama man himself from the Senior Bowl, who they just signed after the draft, who's starting in Las Vegas. Cy, where are you at? He's in Vegas right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, where's he at? He's somewhere. I mean, I'm a little biased with this question, but
Connor, what's up with that scroll, bro? What the hell?
what?
Connor loved that CC. Why is there so much in places that are unknown?
Oh,
Freak of the week. What?
my mind is not sexualized. I did not even know.
Yeah, that clip is already up on Twitter, by the way.
My mind is not sexualized.
You can clip that too.
It's
No,
okay.
that's not funny. I don't know.
Yeah, it was not funny.
Yeah, no, that's kind
But
of.
no, I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna have this loaded up to.
Excuse me.
Load it up,
Yeah.
oil it up, and rubbed up.
What? No.
Dude, all right. So real
Stack it
quick,
up, flip
so-
it, rub it down.
so you know what that's from? I actually got to talk. I got to talk to Nate about that. I know where that's from now.
What's
Oh,
it
it's from something.
It's from some. It's from Kenny Powers.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, really?
Powers'
Oh,
uglier brother.
Kenny Powers is the absolute man, dude. Connor, I guarantee you, if you watch that series, you would fucking love it. Kenny Powers is awesome. It's so funny, dude. It is so funny. Inappropriate as a motherfucker. So I'll put that out there, slippery nipple.
Also known as the Davis Division.
Ugh. I don't know if there's anything slippery on here, unless y'all want to get oiled up or something.
Oh wow. Wow.
I've got it ready.
For
got it ready for Nate.
Slippery nipple. Oh, that'd be hilarious. That's gonna be
Oh,
hilarious.
Nate would love. Never mind.
Nate's gonna love.
He will love what?
There's guys.
He will love what?
Vernon Litter. Yeah. Ballers was okay, Jack. Like Ballers got kind of old at the last like 2 seasons. I watched it, but it was good. If you want to watch a really good show, all right. How about this? We're going down we're not even answering Connor's questions for the Davis division right now. But if you want to go down an awesome rabbit hole, watch Entourage. That is a series that you'll absolutely effing love.
What was his question? Oh,
Who's
Vegas.
starting in Las Vegas?
Couldn't care less. They're going to be doo-doo either way.
Wait, what?
Are they though? They just got Brock Bowers,
Oh,
generational talent. Okay.
Okay, I agree with
Brock
that.
Bowers
Yeah.
ain't gonna make a difference of nothing.
Jack, I agree with that. But Entourage is way better.
Yeah, Brock Bowers is not gonna make a single difference in that town. I do not care.
I don't understand why you drafted 2 tight ends back-to-back years in the
Well, I
first
mean,
round.
it's the.
Who'd they draft last year?
Michael Mayer. Oh wait, they might not draft him in the first round. They
think it
might
was the
draft him
second.
in the second round.
Yeah. Yeah.
But still, it was a high draft
Okay.
pick.
I mean,
Connor, you know what? I have a question for you.
worked out for the Patriots.
Yeah, that's what I thought. 12 personnel. He's right. What's up, Bruce?
I have a question for you, Connor. All right. So the Saints right now, what's the outcome of the Saints draft? Like, what do you think's happening with that team right now? Because, like, to be honest with you, the NFC South isn't very good. So
It's so sad because it used to be like the best division. In the
so
NFC.
like, what's like, who are the most competitive teams in that division right now, in your opinion? Say, give me a top 2. And
Okay, so I am inclined to believe that the Saints had the best draft in that division
okay,
for sure.
okay,
Especially when that Michael Penix pick. Oh my gosh, I just cracked. I was laughing.
I loved it. It helped the Bears.
I was laughing but when they drafted Michael Penix, I was like, "This is an Atlanta Falcons move. Do you really want to have 28-3 come to fruition again? Is this what y'all are trying to do with this franchise?" For after all these years, you're trying to get rid of this 28-3 stigma, and now you're going to bring it back. Well, after seeing that, I feel like the Buccaneers. I really like what the Falcons have been doing, other than that draft pick. I want to say the Falcons and Buccaneers. I feel like the Saints have a chance, but this is the issue. This is the issue with the Saints. Now, the Saints, as of last year, were the oldest team in the NFL. Now, out of the 22 starters they had, roughly, I think 19 or 17 of them are returning. With that being said, a lot of them are dirt old, like Demario Davis, Cameron Jordan. Demario Davis is still producing. I don't care. Cameron Jordan, I don't know when that guy's going to retire, but we're going to see. The Saints will probably be the oldest team in the NFL once again. When that happens, I feel like there's not much room for improvement, especially now we have acquired Clint Kubiak as our offensive coordinator. And Dana and I have talked about this Tuesday on the breakdown, and I asked him about it. Clint Kubiak was the passing games coordinator in San Francisco. A lot of credit went to him with Brock Purdy's kind of progression and how this guy was making his way from Mr. Irrelevant to a top quarterback in the NFL, and he's been very good at that. Now, obviously, Kyle Shanahan's system has worked out perfectly for these kinds of quarterbacks. They found a lot of success in it, no matter who the name is. Whether you're Mr. Irrelevant, you're undrafted, you're the number 1 overall pick, no matter. Kyle Shanahan's system is perfect for all. But when you have a passing games coordinator calling the shots, helping out your quarterback, that's got to get a little bit of credit for you. Well, they go on to say, hey, Clint Kubiak, how are you running the Saints offense this season? Me, in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, let's fix our passing game. Running the ball can only get us so far. We've struggled with quarterbacks in our passing game since the retirement of Drew Brees. And he said, well, we're going to run the ball in New Orleans because we have one of the best running back depths in the NFL. So, with that being said, I feel like the Saints, this is kind of a wash season. I mean, I'm not expecting much this season. If something happens and it surprises me, oh well. But when my offensive coordinator comes out and says, we're going to run the ball after he took Mr. Irrelevant to a starting quarterback in the NFL, that draws questions in my mind. Why are you trying to fix something that's not broken?
Okay.
I hate to break it. You're saying that you want Carr to throw the ball more.
I want our QB situation to be fixed. I don't care who's throwing the ball. It could be Spencer Rattler. I really like Spencer Rattler. I really like that pick in the round 5.
Yeah,
that was a very good pick.
I think that was I don't want to say steal because the steal would make me inclined to say like, oh my god, he's gonna be really.
I think.
But I think he's serviceable. I think
he's better than a 5th round quarterback.
Yes, I do too.
Yeah, okay, I agree with that.
Because out of everybody at the Senior Bowl, including guys who went 8-12, and Penix and Nix, I think Rattler had the best week.
Well, Rattler won Senior Bowl MVP when he lost the game.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. He was very good for that team, but they ended up losing.
I'd be so pissed if Rattler, the guy that Caleb Williams ended up beating out, all of a sudden is better than Caleb Williams in the NFL.
That would be so
I'd
the
be
Chicago
so-
Bears.
It'd be so Bears. It'd be so Bears.
The Saints might pull a Bears this season.
The 2016 Bears,
Yeah,
okay?
they're gonna flip
Or 2018?
They can, 2018. That's what I'm saying. They can flip flop.
Okay, but you
Right,
don't but here's the thing though. And like all right, so speaking as a
So they're
Bears
going to
fan-
lose in the Nickelodeon game to the Bears?
Nice. No, so my biggest
They
thing.
make
All
the
right, so
playoffs.
but I know where you're coming from, though, Connor. I really do. But the one thing that you don't want is a pop-up year. The Bears were always they were notorious for having random ass pop-up years, and MJ as a Packers fan can like attest for this because like all of a sudden out of nowhere they have like a really good defense, and that's a whatever, and all of a sudden the Bears are good for 1 year, and yay, Bears fans are excited, and then all of a sudden they're dog shit for the next like 5, 6, 7, 8 years.
Yeah, why don't they build on that success? Has nobody looked at that and been like, okay,
No
let's
shit,
build
thank
on
you.
what
Good-
we just did.
Good job, Connor. Like we come to Chicago, listen to people like call in and swear at people or at radio people from 670 The Score that are fucking idiots. Anyways, I'm gonna Connor stay on real quick with MJ. But that being said, though, make sure, ladies and gentlemen, that when you decide to go anywhere and talk shit about Big Ten football, you have
I see
good.
what you did there.
You like that? Good car insurance.
Here's to the grown-ups. Your car is now your office, stage, nursery. Shh, sorry. Erie Insurance offers products that lots of other companies don't. That's a big deal, and it's a good deal too. And with Erie, you get your own independent agent, not a giant corporate call center or some online robot. You meet with a real person, like this.
Your local Erie agent is Building Block Insurance Group. Get a quote today at 704-464-4544.
Erie Insurance.
And when you call Jeff Rotepney at 704-464-4544, go ahead and ask him who he thinks the best conference in college football belongs to.
Say it with me, Kenny. The Big Ten. Bang. Oh, my gosh. Oh, Connor, how good is it to not be working at Chick-fil-A anymore?
I actually oh my gosh, MJ, I'm glad it's just me and you because I went in and I work at a locally owned restaurant. It's called Chesterfield's in Hattiesburg. You know where it is. Well, everyone that's not from Hattiesburg, of course, they probably don't know what it is. And I'm serving, and I took the aspect I really loved about Chick-fil-A and turned it into my next job.
Yeah.
But when I first started working at Chick-fil-A, I was like, oh my gosh, I feel so new. I don't know what to do. When I was closing back there, it was like I was doing stuff that was just these people could not even fathom because it was like, oh my gosh, this is a system we've never when I turned the tea urns upside down and pulled them out from the counter.
Yeah.
They were thinking that someone just came up with $1 million idea and just made
put them on Shark Tank.
And it was something that easy.
Yeah.
Just pulling those tea urns over so that and I explained to them the air's got to get underneath it so it doesn't create this rim up.
Right.
It could be mold, whatever happens. Probably won't mildew in a night, but it'll dry up under there, have everything nice and dry. When you put tea in it the next day, you're not going to have any wang or nothing. It's going to be nice and clean for the people to drink.
Right.
And now we've started doing that.
Did you say
night.
Wang?
He did.
Yeah, wang. Wang.
No, I don't.
It's a
Kenny, you know Wang?
it's like
It's like a sour taste.
Yeah.
A sour taste.
it's like like this.
Like a burnt taste.
You know Wang? I don't know Wang.
No, I mean I worked at Home Depot, so I don't know any of that stuff.
I used to work at Home Depot. Hey, I used to work at Home Depot too, dog.
It's not a job type thing. It's a South thing.
Oh, well,
It's
I try not to go to the South, so there you go.
oh well.
You should go to the South. It's better football.
Oh, here we go. Let's go.
I'm going to do this.
Hey, hold on, time out.
gonna
As Kenny's rocking. Wait, hold on, time out. I have two things.
He's literally rocking. Is that a
Yeah,
What is that?
you're
Florida
still-
State.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and he just said he tries not to go to the South. Sounds
It's like the
amazing.
farthest south you can go in the
nicest
United
people.
States. Just about.
I mean,
Well, not wearing a Miami Hurricanes, which would be further south, but
all
right, so
I would love to have
Connor,
that conversation.
Connor, you claim that the SEC
Here we
is
go. Sorry,
best-
Kenny. Oh yeah,
the best conference in
Kenny.
football.
I claim that the SEC has been the most
Hold on.
dominant
Hold up.
and has produced the best. Yes, it has been the best conference in football for a very, very long time, very many years. And a lot of that credit has to go to Nick Saban and his dynasty in Alabama, which I wasn't a big fan of it when it happened. But
It's
you know,
changed now.
SEC is
Everyone
SEC.
can. Every team can pay now. It changes.
so it changes, yeah, which is why Nick Saban retires. The Boston College head coach goes to the NFL because now it's like a level playing field, which I love that.
Okay, you can't use Boston College as a fucking example at
Yeah,
all.
but
Because there's
that's
no
what-
point Boston College was an elite team.
But
Hey,
that's why the guy left.
let's cut the Jeff Halfley slander around
That's
here.
why
Okay,
the guy left.
Let's-
He's on
let's cut the
Packers
Jeff
now.
Halfley slander, please and thank you. He's going to be the next great defensive coordinator in Green Bay because we've never had a great one.
I was going to say, where's the bar set on that one?
The bar's set around 20th in the NFL. As long as you're better than that, you're near perfect in Packers fan standards.
All right. Let's go back to the original conversation. I want to hear this though because I want to hear the SEC versus Big Ten.
Yeah. So Connor, give us. You know how I work. Give me some
Okay.
actual reasons.
So
Some actual
let's go
data
back,
here.
and I'm gonna have to look this up because I'm not gonna do this all by.
That's fine.
Oh, Kenny's ready though. I like this.
Kenny doesn't need to look anything up. Kenny's just sitting there.
Kenny's old school. He's got his fucking notes ready to go right now in front of him.
But
He's got his
it's just-
packet.
I mean, barring what Connor says, I only need one note, but we can go from there.
He only needs one note. That is wild.
Oh my goodness!
That
This
is
man
so
a musician. I just need one note.
I'm just gonna say. I-
I go back in the archives, right? Out of the last 5 national championships, how many are SEC wins? How many of them do you think an SEC team has won them? Out of the last 5. We'll just go 5. Just to start off.
Boy, Crunch Knuckles, let's go.
4 out of the last 5 national championships have been all SEC teams. I'm trying to count how many this is. Ow, this dog won't stop biting me. 2. Okay. 7 out of the last 10. And I like Clemson, so I like Clemson. And then Ohio State won in 2014. There you go, Kenny. 2014. 2014. There you go, Kenny.
Yeah.
Before that
The
was
the first one, yeah.
yeah, the first one, and then the past one. So out of the college football playoffs, Big Ten's looking at a nice 2. So compared to, let me see.
But wait, is your argument historically or currently? Where are you standing?
Well, currently,
Okay, so then
I mean,
my one note is currently
it's a lot
the
of
team up north is the
balance.
champion. Therefore, the Big Ten is the best conference in football. That's the only note that I need. If we're
Which
talking
I don't-
currently,
I disagree. I think a conference very much means consistency throughout the board. Now, if I have more
What did
top
you
10,
say?
if I have more top 10 teams in any conference, that's consistency. Like
But
the
I
SEC.
thought you
Like
said
the SEC.
I thought you said
Missouri-
Bama carried SEC.
What's up?
I thought you said Bama's dynasty carried the
Yeah.
SEC.
Yeah, historically it has. Of course it
So,
has.
but now you're trying to pull like the
Well, no,
whole conference.
Well, no, Kenny said currently, so I'm giving you a
Okay, so
current-
yeah, currently.
Okay.
So I'm telling you, consistency is a big issue with that. Of course, I can say, okay, well, the number 1 team ever, or not ever, but this past year was Michigan. Yes, the Big Ten could be the best conference in football. I'm not arguing with that, but I would have to see consistency. There's only 2 teams that were in the top 10 of the Big Ten, and that's Ohio State and Michigan. If I look
That's
back,
actually not true anymore because Oregon and Washington are in the Big
well,
Ten.
no. We're
He's
talking about this
saying
past
based off-
year.
MJ,
Last
stop,
year.
don't be that guy.
So if I look back,
He said
this
said
past
currently.
year-
I know, but don't be
Currently,
that guy.
currently, they
preseason
are in the Big
polls.
Ten,
No,
which means
we're
that
not really.
currently
You know what I'm saying?
If I look back, and if you want to pull that, I can pull Texas and Oklahoma for you too, MJ. We can go
Okay.
there.
Oh,
Okay.
I can pull Texas and Oklahoma if you
Oh,
want
you
to
mean
go
Texas
there.
and Oklahoma that choke on everything? Go ahead.
Well,
They didn't even make no playoff appearance.
so I feel
Yeah,
like
at least
Is that mine?
Washington, who is currently in the Big Ten, was also in the championship.
Yeah.
So it was a
Out of how
technically-
many of the playoff teams, how many were Big Ten, how many were SEC?
man, we're going really current, huh? Okay.
if we pull the playoffs, if we're gonna go super current, then there was Washington and Michigan and Texas and Bama. So it's a 2-2.
Yeah.
And who
It's
won?
2-2.
And who won?
But we're not gonna go there because that's
Because
stupid
it
that they're
doesn't
not-
support your argument. Okay.
No, because they weren't a part. I can say Texas. I mean, it's not supporting my argument. It's not diminishing it. I could go Texas and Oklahoma because those are much better teams than, I guess, Washington and Oregon, if you want to pull that. Not this past year, but these coming
Historically,
years they
sure.
will be.
Historically, yeah.
Sure. But I mean, it's not going to help or sway my argument either way. I mean, I could probably pull more from Texas and Oklahoma to help my argument, but it's just too many facts to go into for teams that have not played for the SEC or the Big Ten. So why would I go?
Can I make a? I'm all right. So I'm gonna do a little break here. Keep your thoughts. Make sure to keep your thoughts. So right now, like we kind of have like a disagreement with our neighbors. And our neighbor posted, because I did my lawn. I'm so sorry, guys, but I mowed my lawn yesterday, right? And our neighbor, the wife, posted saying, like, if you ever felt peer pressure as an adult, it's your neighbor mowing their lawn before you. And what happens? They mowed their lawn just now.
You get 48 hours to respond.
Yeah, exactly. It's true. It's true. Anyway, sorry.
Well, no. I
Go
have
ahead.
one more lawn mowing comment. I obviously live in an apartment, and that's something I honestly miss doing is like yard work when I was in Mount Prospect.
That's it.
I've gotten on like lawn mowing TikTok, and I see these guys who like take care of their yards like they're golf courses.
Dude, it's the
and
best.
that's what I want. Like I want to be the dad out there at 7 a.m. on a Saturday in my white New Balances, mowing my lawn to the quality of
not the quality.
Augusta.
Oh.
What?
Light went out.
Your light went out.
My light went out.
Oh, that's okay.
We're good.
Okay,
You
go
can
ahead,
still
Connor.
see me.
So another thing is, like, if we want to talk about an argument of which teams are better historically, we can pull like, okay, which players have been the most productive in college, and of course we could pull out the NFL. That's a lot of players. So another thing that I want to kind of argue is we look at the list of Heisman winners, right? Now, Kenny, you're a big college football guy.
Oh, here we go.
When is the last time a Big Ten team has had a Heisman winner? Do you know the year?
Winner?
Winner.
Woodson. It was Woodson.
No, Troy Smith.
Oh,
Troy Smith in
Oh, it was Troy
2006.
Smith.
So since
forgot about
2006,
that.
do you want to know how many SEC players have won the Heisman Award?
yeah, but I thought we were talking about teams.
13.
I venture 10. Just off the top of my head.
9, I think. I counted 9. Yep, 9.
So
Well,
9 out of 18.
is that how many years it's been?
Yeah.
Which we know Oklahoma's had. See, which is why I could have helped my argument. Oklahoma has had a lot since.
Okay, so real
2006.
quick. All right, wait, hold on. Time out. I'm gonna interject right now with that comment. All right, so keep in mind this: I have no allegiance whatsoever to a Big Ten team,
Same.
to an SEC team, to an ACC team, to anything. Pac-2 team. I have no allegiance. I enjoy just like the banter amongst like college football fans and stuff like that. I do. I just enjoy good football. All right. So I'll say it like that. I enjoy good football, entertaining football. All right. I'm not going to say what conference right now entertains me more than what, but the one thing I'll say though is SEC football, in my opinion, gets a lot more of the share of coverage from a national standpoint. And they also get a lot more of the 5-star recruits. Therefore, there's a higher probability of those players being a part of a situation where they are in the category of potentially being the Heisman. And I'm not saying that they don't deserve it. What I'm saying, though, is oftentimes you'll see players get a Heisman Trophy because they have a lot of glitz and glamour around them, including players that help them, get stats and whatever. And it's not diminishing their talent, but at the same time, though, I think there is some kind of influence in the amount of coverage that the respective player gets from a national standpoint.
I'm Clemsoned out right now. I'm like not even wearing any SEC stuff.
And the thing is, though, if you look at this year, Ohio State pillaged the SEC in the transfer portal. They got at least 4, I believe.
They pillaged them.
You want to know what
they took the best running back in the country.
When Missouri beats Ohio State in the playoffs this past season, that's what pillaged means.
It was only a bowl game.
It was a bowl game, which was SEC versus Big Ten. And you want to talk about pillage? That game was the definition of pillage, and it was a very good game. Missouri kind of whipped up on Ohio State.
Was not ready for that game. I 100% agree.
I mean,
but they were without some key components to it. And let's just be completely honest, their quarterback went down in the second quarter. I think that kind of changed the whole dynamic of the game.
I've got one question before I move Kenny to the big screen and let him go.
That's dangerous.
It's very dangerous. I'm ready to let the big dogs eat. Okay, so be ready, Kenny. I'm curious for everybody here. How does the future 12-team playoff affect how these two? Because it's basically at this point Big Ten versus SEC, right? Like, those are basically the two major conferences. I really couldn't care less about anybody else, unless like Florida State doesn't leave the ACC. Then I kind of care, but like, right? Nobody cares. Big Ten, SEC. How does that affect when they have to now win like numerous playoff games? There are buys. There are guaranteed. Like, how does that affect how these two conferences are viewed moving forward?
This minor league football schedule, man. Holy cow.
Like all of that put together, this is becoming its own.
I said it.
Its own entire thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you take it like the NFL. Historically, the Bills are a pretty good franchise, even though they lost 4 Super Bowls straight, but they made those Super Bowls. You can take that into college. Like, hey, we have these SEC teams, Big Ten teams. They made the national championship this many times. They lost the national championship this many times, but they still got there, right? So I feel like there's still some sort of credit there since they made it. But I don't know.
Well, to your argument, the only team to play every year in the New Year's 6 bowls, which is Ohio State, which they came from the Big Ten, right? So by that logic, giving credit where credit's due, the Big Ten is the only conference to be in the New Year's 6 for the past 10 years, right? So Ohio State is clearly one of the better schools. They come from the Big Ten. Big Ten's the best conference in all of America.
I think I could say that for SEC too, Kenny.
There is not an SEC
he's
team.
Saying Ohio State is the only team, not that there have been years where the SEC had nobody. Ohio State is the only team that has been in an NY6 bowl for the last 10 years straight. No SEC team has done that in that span.
Correct.
Okay, well, I mean, that doesn't even.
But that's your logic, though, is that you've made the playoffs, and that's an accolade in and of itself. What I'm saying is that Ohio State did that, accomplished that feat of yours, your metric, and because they did that, and because they represent the Big Ten, that proves that the Big Ten is the better conference.
Because one team made it 10 years in a row, that doesn't prove anything.
Well, you're not talking about every team in the SEC, though, right? You're talking about Alabama carrying that conference. Ohio State shouldered the conference for a very long time. That team up north has kind of come around, a little bit of cheating, but that's okay.
Oh my God! So Ohio State cheated too. You know that, right?
They just sold memorabilia. It's okay.
Even though Ohio State has made it that many years, there's not consistency in the Big Ten like there is in the SEC. Consistently, Georgia, LSU, Alabama.
But Ohio State is the definition of consistency.
How many teams are there in the SEC, Connor?
Conference. How many teams?
Yeah.
Now or previously? There were
we'll go previously.
14.
So there's 14, and you keep naming 3?
Well, no, I could name more, but I mean,
we can talk about Northwestern, Kenny. Talk about Northwestern.
Oh my gosh, the consistency.
Are we going to talk about Mississippi State though? Or are we talking?
No, I'm talking about the SEC. I can't talk about Mississippi State. They've had one good year, and that was back in 2014, and then they threw it all away.
So Penn State, Michigan, Ohio State are almost always top 10, right? And so if you're saying Alabama, Georgia, and LSU are always good. Okay, so are those three. So give me more.
Okay, well, historically, I could pull out. Okay, well, Auburn's won a national
True.
championship.
Yeah.
They've had a Heisman winner in the past, however,
Cam?
2000 something, 2000 whatever.
Cam Newton.
So I can pull Auburn out. Who else can I pull out? I don't know. Mississippi State actually had a 13-year bowl game appearance until this year. So they had a 13, 14-year period where they went to the bowl game every single year. That's consistency. That means you have to win over half of your games every single year to make a bowl game.
Bro,
That's
Appalachian
consistency.
State makes bowl games. Who cares about bowl games?
Yeah, I think we should
Ow.
limit this to the New Year's Six bowls or the major
Not
BCS
necessarily
games,
making
too.
a postseason's big for
That's
not
not-
many
For the
teams
little
do.
How is
schools,
that the
for
postseason?
Northwestern, it's big, but for the upper echelon of the conferences, you need to make the major
Hey,
bowl games.
Don't
I get
hate on
that, but it's
Northwestern.
just proving.
I'm not.
and
You
I'm
just threw out Northwestern, Bruce. So that's what
I
I'm using
know.
as
I
mine.
know. You're good. You're good. You're good.
I mean, they made the Rose Bowl in '96. That's awesome. I'm glad.
That team
for
was
them.
great. I love that team.
Great
It's so
team
much
to watch.
fun.
But I'm simply
Historically speaking, Ohio State is one of the best schools. You have Michigan, who has the overall best record ever.
You can
And-
say put Penn State in there.
Penn State, who joined the conference
You can
late
say
in the
Penn
90s,
State.
but they are one of the historically best schools.
You can use
um,
that. You could use
You have a multitude of
You
teams
can-
that can
you can use-
consistently.
old school Minnesota. Minnesota back in the day was freaking nasty too in Big Ten play.
Okay,
Iowa
so-
from time
so-
to time.
So let's look
Wait.
at it. Let's look at it this way.
Yeah,
Let's look at it this way.
30.
Out of the top 5 teams in NFL draft picks ever, in the top 5 teams with NFL draft picks ever, how many are from the SEC?
Ooh.
how many
top
of
five?
top
Top
five
five?
Yes.
ever?
Yes,
Oh, that's.
Did you say one?
I think it's 1-0.
it's 0.
Yeah, it's,
Top
Notre-
five
no,
in the
top-
NFL?
should be
now,
Notre
if you-
Dame, USC, Ohio State,
Yeah.
Michigan should be towards the top 5.
It's
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking
you
about
nailed
like,
the top 3.
You're talking about like teams.
Yeah. No.
Yes.
100%.
Oh, I thought you were
No-
talking about like players that have been drafted.
Notre Dame.
That's
USC.
what I'm saying. Players drafted from colleges.
Wait, Notre
How
Dame,
many of the top 5
USC.
schools ever are SEC? The answer is 0. It's
Okay.
Notre Dame, USC, Ohio State, Oklahoma. So if you want to count Oklahoma now, that's
Oh
fine.
yeah.
And then Penn State.
Okay, but you have to realize the Big Ten is like these teams are some of the oldest teams.
Agreed.
Okay.
So
in
that's
football,
there's
so a lot of that skewed.
How is that skewed?
It's not really that
because
skewed though,
they're
because the
older
NFL's
than
only been around since
everybody.
1920. So Ohio State, who's been around since the 1890s,
1800s. Yeah.
you still aren't able to draft until the 1930s, 1920s
Yeah.
before you had an actual NFL draft. So it's still comparable because you still had the SEC schools were still coming around.
All
not
of these
too much
schools-
after the
yeah.
1890s.
When the
Basically, all
power-
of these schools existed.
But
When-
if I look at this
Because
list,
what even Miami's like 1925 or something like that. So
yeah.
they're all pretty consistent in age versus the
And
age of the NFL.
Hey, when you guys
And-
get wait, real quick. When you guys get a chance, speaking of Miami, make sure you guys look up what do I call it? I think it was level 12 or level 13 rap or whatever with Greg Olson. Hilarious.
And also, if you want to look at it this way, Ohio State has the most first-round picks in NFL draft history. So anything that has to do with translating to the next level, which really is supposed to be the point of college football. Let's translate these guys to the NFL. Let's get them ready for the NFL. Let's build them to be NFL players. The SEC is not the best at that
but
historically.
what I'm telling you is there were 40, 50 years when the Big Ten existed that the SEC didn't. So
Okay, but
I
those
mean,
schools still
obviously,
existed.
Obviously, yeah, the schools still existed, but the conferences did not.
Seventh floor crew. That's what it's called. Not 13. Seventh floor crew. Sorry. Had to look it up. It's very inappropriate, by the way, but hilarious. Not really. But it's very inappropriate. But hilarious.
So are we? Well, the argument is: are we saying that the SEC is the best football opposed to the Big Ten? Or are we saying that are we saying like these players that go to the NFL that adds to?
No, our goal. All right. So
I think,
all right.
I think
It's
all
a
right.
component.
Like,
it's a
I-
metric.
I think our goal of this conversation originally was what's a better conference. That's what it was originally. and we're totally branching out into different areas, and I like that.
But also, Bruce, I think where we were going with this was Connor always likes to infer. I'm not saying he explicitly says it. I'm saying you infer it a lot, that the SEC is just naturally better when it comes to anything. And I think the point we're trying to make is there is so much that all of these other teams have to offer that you just discount inherently because you grew up in the South, because you grew up rooting for multiple SEC teams, and you just think, oh, SEC, better, boom. And there's no thought behind it. And
so
I'm trying to give you some context behind how much historical success there is everywhere.
This is, I think this will help a little bit perspective wise. Sorry, Kenny, I don't mean to interrupt you, MJ. I apologize to cutting off your point as well, Connor. Like, not to disrupt what you're about to say either. However, my thing is this: I enjoy watching. So to give you context to my whole thought process on all of this right now. To wrap this up in a pretty bow, I enjoy SEC football. I like watching from like an aesthetic standpoint SEC football, just because it's pass, run, like I don't mean run, but like pass, go fast. Exactly, it's go. Whereas like Big Ten football, it's been the same. Respectfully, and like Kenny, like you're around my age. It's kind of been the same thing that we've seen for years, and it's that rough grinding football, and I do love that too. Like there's a certain aspects to that like my meathead ass loves. It's freaking amazing. But like from a sheer aesthetic standpoint, I enjoy watching SEC football more just because it's like, I played wide receiver for a very, very little bit of time. And I like catching the football. But at the end of the day, I like hitting too, because, just because I wanted to fucking hit someone, because I don't like being hit because it sucked. All right. So long story short, though, it's the worst getting hit, dude. It's not fun. It sucks. It sucks. I'd much rather be the one to inflict the punishment than receive it. It hurts. Or get knocked out. Dude, if you've ever been knocked out when you've been hit before, it's not good. It's not good. I've been hit by a guy like Kenny. It's not good.
Dang.
It hurts. And at the time, I weighed like 175, 180 pounds. It didn't feel good. But so long story short, though, I do think that there are certain aspects to each respective conference, and I'm not trying to play Switzerland here at all, but I think that there are aspects from each conference that are actually very enjoyable for me to bring into my palette, so to speak. So which conference is better historically?
Probably.
I'm gonna say Big Ten. I'm gonna say Big Ten. But recently, I'm gonna say SEC football. And most recently, obviously Big Ten football. But I'm gonna say SEC football. You know why? Because SEC football was quicker to adapt to the pro style, Kenny, that you just alluded to earlier, and I think the Big Ten kind of caught on to that, and that's why you're seeing that shift again. So it's about like. You see it the back and forth battle for all NFL, all college football, all teams in general. Like what works for me now, it's a copycat league.
And I think Big Ten will be better in the next 10 years.
And it's a pendulum, right? Because in the early 2000s, we were talking about ACC football was dominant and Big 12 football was trying to catch up, right? You had FSU, Oklahoma every year. It was one of those two. Eventually, you caught on. Tennessee had a good year. And then Nick Saban rejoined the college ranks and brought Alabama back basically from the dead. And that's where you start to see the SEC dominance come back and, quite frankly, the SEC bias as well.
I love how you said that. And there's a commercial for Beetlejuice on in the background. Come back from the dead.
Oh, my gosh.
But they were. Alabama was dead in the water. They had I forget what his name was, but he was a horrible coach. He basically ran the program into the ground. The boosters were livid. They got lucky because Saban was struggling in Miami and brought him back.
I just don't think there's better football than there is in the South. I'm just saying.
But the one thing I will say what's better in the South?
The service?
No, good homeowners insurance.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent is Building Block Insurance Group. Get a quote today at 704-464-4544.
Erie Insurance.
And when you call Jeff Wertepney at 704-464-4544, let him know that Third Down Thursday sent you and or TDT Media sent you, and he'll hook you up with amazing rates. But please, please, please tell him right away that Big Ten football is better than SEC football. All right, boys. I'm messing, Connor. I had to bust your chops, bro. It's space. All right,
It's
real quick.
okay.
Hold on, real quick. Before we finish it off, because I want to, MJ, I want to get to, and guys, please, Connor, Kenny, stay on for this too, regardless of your takes, regardless of whatever. I really want to talk about NBA basketball. I know, Connor, I know, Kenny, you guys may not watch it that much. It's fine, but you can give a little bit of insight, whatever, if you want. Including, though, I want to talk about Scottie Scheffler's situation as well for the last a little bit too. So please stay on, don't leave. Make sure you guys stay a part of this because I think that both of you guys have very good insight on that. So obviously, you know that pre-show though, real quick, we do, you know, how you doing, MJ? How you doing, Bruce? We talked to Connor, whatever. Kenny, you had some pretty amazing situations arise this week. And I wanted to touch on this. So history tells me, I'm not going to go into specifics here, but history tells me that, you know, during World War II, there was, you know, a dictator in Germany.
There were some good people and there were some bad people.
Well, there were bad people. And you know, Nazi Germany, whatever. Yeah, but hold on, you can explain it better. Can we please talk about the information that you were given from a student of yours? Because I thought that was hilarious.
So, first of all, I'm a reading and writing teacher, but history.
Not history though.
history is my background. That's what my bachelor's is in. So I actually enjoy reading a certain fictional novel. At the end of the year, it's about the Holocaust and what was going on during that time. And
terrible.
I have the students write basically an informative or research paper where they tell me this year's prompt is basically how did the rise of the Nazis affect certain groups of people. And they could pick any group of people because it's World War, right? So any group that was marginalized or any group that was impacted at all.
Affected all, yeah.
So this, you know, we're working through our drafts, and this student who we've had 2 days to work on this draft, and he's basically the one that I shared with you. He's written 2 sentences in 2 days, so that tells you the caliber of work that they're already getting through.
Quality.
Yeah, quality, never quantity, but always quality. Right? And it's something to the effect of, oh shoot, I forget how it goes now. Essentially, basically, the Nazis rose to the Great Depression. No, the Nazis rose to power, leading to the Great Depression. Which, if you know history at all, you know that the rise of the Nazis came basically during a worldwide Great Depression, not just the Great Depression in the United States. And so the kid was so far off base. It was just, you know, you don't like to poke fun, but it was pretty clear that he had no clue. The research had not been done yet. So.
Not at all.
Yeah, that's. I mean, even Connor's music appreciation paper was.
I mean, yeah, and we're
awesome.
We're talking about
seventh. I love you, Connor.
We're talking about 7th graders, but you know, there's a lot that goes into the reading of the novel. You know, we're not just sitting there reading the chapter by chapter. We're actually talking about the concentration camps. We're talking about how they were able to coerce the common person into believing into those ideologies and stuff like that. And it was a little, you know, I know it's the end of the year, fine, you know, but it was a little disheartening to see how that essay was playing out.
How much longer you got left, Kenny?
The students go until the first week of June. So I have.
That's late. Is it all
10
year
days?
round?
No, Chicago Public Schools typically runs late. We
'Cause they're
go
Fucking
we go a
lame.
little bit into June. Yeah.
Yikes. All right. Well,
Anyways,
good luck, Kenny. Good luck.
Kenny, let's go. Oh,
That's all I can say.
real quick, guys. I bought today at the store. I bought some bomb pops. You guys know bomb pops?
Yep.
Hard to get those. They were sold out.
Dude, I
Why
went to
are bomb pops sold out?
I went to Aldi at Elk Grove, bro.
Oh. I went to the Jewels.
It's a Midwest. It's a Midwest thing, Connor.
Likes bomb
The
pops. up there?
firecrackers.
Firecracker.
Yeah.
Or
Red,
firecracker
white, blue.
popsicles.
Like cherry, lemonade, blue,
Yeah,
raspberry.
firecracker popsicles, bro.
Yeah.
They're kind of lame.
Oh my, can we kick them out now?
Connor.
I'm a more of like
Listen, I can handle
Oh
your
my
SEC.
god.
I can handle his SEC
I know,
nonsense.
no, you can't
but
hang
no,
out on
you-
bomb pops, bro.
I like chocolate type stuff.
Oh, of
Like,
course you do. That's
No, I can't. I can't.
Okay. Hold on. For the slippery nipple.
Also known as the Davis Division.
ugh. I don't know if there's anything slippery on here, unless y'all want to get old.
Why'd you end it early?
Oh, there's more to it.
Yeah, he said.
For
I don't,
the slippery nipple.
also known as the Davis Division.
Ugh. I don't know if there's anything slippery on here, unless y'all want to get oiled up or something.
What?
We gotta
I
clip
wish
that. Hey, we gotta
wish I
clip
could
that.
do
We
that.
gotta
3
clip
inches
that.
already. We're expecting about 2 more inches.
That's what we were dealing with earlier, Kenny.
Oh man.
That's
I can't believe he's hating on bomb pops.
that's disrespectful. I mean, for somebody who's all about Southern hospitality, that's just disrespectful to hurt our
Red, white, and
home.
blue.
I'm not hating on them.
America.
Right?
There's just
Especially
better
Memorial Day coming up.
options.
You gotta love Rocket
Right,
Pop.
that's why I got him
There's
too.
better-
There's better like my
Indy
question is
500,
why are
Rocket
they
Pop.
sold out opposed to other things like drumsticks?
Because Memorial Day is
Because of
coming.
Memorial Day weekend, they taste amazing, dude. Have you ever sucked on those things in your mouth?
I
do that.
used to kind of like go flavor by flavor on them.
Oh.
You know, start with the red. If I'm feeling a little frisky, I might start from the blue first and then make my way up to the red.
You reach all the way to the
You
blue.
reach,
you know what I'm
you reach
saying?
all the way down.
I was talking about more like a start from the bottom, but
Oh,
yeah, I guess
my
that too.
I love the visual too.
I know it's not that. Hey, at least he wasn't going like this.
No, you know the little popsicle stick.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought you were going like this though.
No, I had my little popsicle stick in my hand.
Oh, I thought you were holding it.
No.
Oh.
All right. Well
This is
then.
great. This is
So
great. Oh my god.
Basketball.
speaking of little popsicle sticks, let's talk about Luka Doncic.
Oh, calm down. Let's go. I'm cool. with
Please talk about them because they've been doing really good.
this. Dude, Luka. All right, so
he's getting carried by Kyrie, but it's fine.
dude, they both popped off last game, dude.
Yeah, he's getting carried by Kyrie in that deal.
Not at all. Actually, all right. So, well, thank you for you led me into this. The fact that Kyrie Irving has been able to find a landing spot that's helped him to not talk about flat Earth,
Not
to
be a
not-
psychopath, yeah.
not talk about, you know what I'm saying? Like he's finally found a place that he's able to be successful, happy, smiling, and be Kyrie. The Kyrie that we saw beat freaking Golden State. I said it, MJ. Beat Golden State, dog.
Fine, they beat him 3 times. I'm good with the one.
That's fine. 72 or 73 and 9 ain't nothing without a ring, dog.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna say it like this. I love what the Mavericks are doing, but MJ, but the huge but here, that's what she said. I love Anthony Edwards. I do. This guy is an absolute beast. I think he's a year, 2 years away from being like that dude. Like I saw a post. I can't remember who I saw it from. I'm gonna give a shout out. Hopefully I'm not wrong with this. I think it was Who's talking?
I think that's Connor.
Is
if I
that
had to
Connor's
guess.
mom?
Yeah.
Is that your mom, Connor?
Yeah,
Put your
it
mom
is.
on. Put your mom on. Tell her to come on. Let's see what she wants to say.
He's like, no.
Ask her about the
I want
red,
to
white, and blue popsicles.
Yeah, we're bringing her
From
on.
the bottom.
See if
She's on. She's on the phone.
Oh, fair. I was gonna be like, did she start from the blue too?
I'll take Connor off just so he doesn't have to. Just
All
so
right.
he doesn't have to.
All right. Kenny, I love that Kenny and I were on the same page with that shit. All right.
Oh, I was too. I just wasn't going to say it because I met the woman. So I'm.
Hey, God bless, Mama. God bless. All right. So, but real quick, it's not real quick. I don't even know why I said that, but I love Anthony Edwards. I think Anthony Edwards is an absolute beast. I think he's 2 years away from being absolutely in his prime, the best player in the NBA. I said it, best player in the NBA. I like his approach to everything. He's not afraid. He doesn't shy away from anything. He waves at Denver as he's getting eliminated. I do like how Jokic was like, bro, come on. Like, don't be doing that. I get it, but this is his first. That was his first big win or big series win in the NBA. People are comparing him to Jordan. He's not Jordan. Excuse me, he's not Jordan. No one's Jordan. No one's ever going to be Jordan. But this young man has that mentality, that asshole, douchebag, cocky, but loving, amazing. I want to watch more. Mentality, like he brings it in. He has what Ja Morant could have been.
Kenny, I'll let you go first if you've got any comments before.
It's so far, I think it's only been one game, right? But to me, it's been a fun series from what I've seen of it. I'm pulling for the Timberwolves because they're the underdog story to me in this one. Anthony Edwards seems to be legit, but I just question whether or not, is Minnesota really a true contender, or is this their Cinderella story? And that's just what I've been taking from this, because you always talk about, from what I remember as a kid, Minnesota with Garnett, and then they were supposed to be the next big thing.
Sam Cassell, Latrell Sprewell.
Yeah.
And then eventually it was just Garnett went off to Boston, and that's where he won. So I mean, right. So it's just the longevity of it. I'm hoping that's why I want the Timberwolves to win this series now.
I like
because I would rather see that now instead of we'll wait for next year. I don't think it's the same that you would get out of the Bulls, right? Where it's all of a sudden the Bulls flipped it and then they were the superstars.
Kenny, the difference between them and the Bulls is they actually have an owner with balls.
Yikes.
And that's why I'm willing to root for them. Fine.
We can clip that.
So here's my thing, specifically with Anthony Edwards and the Jordan comparisons. I understand why people do it, right? Like there's not just the facial similarities where people are actually trying to say like Michael Jordan's his dad, which is kind of funny. Obviously the play style is very similar, right? If you were to kind of take MJ, put him in today's game, I think it would be very similar, right? Here's what I'll say. I think when it's all said and done, Anthony Edwards will be to Kobe as Kobe was to MJ. Obviously, Ant didn't play with Kobe, but I think it's going to be very similar where I think Ant could end up being kind of the third in that tier of shooting guards. I will say, if he wins his first ring at 22,
that'd be fucking insane.
He sets himself up for a disgusting run, because I think to Kenny's point, there's going to be very big difference in public perception and the perception from the ownership in Minnesota and the moves they try to make if they even make it to the NBA Finals versus losing in this series to the Mavs. Because I think if they lose in this series to the Mavs, there's a very good chance that one of their key pieces leaves, and then it's a very different story. And I think Kenny's right. The question will be, when can they get back to where they were this year? So I think even getting to the finals is paramount to them getting any type of sustained success, because otherwise I think that ownership group is going to be more likely to tear it down. Because if you don't know, they're in the midst of selling the team. right now and they're working stuff out with A-Rod, and it's a whole big mess.
It's yeah.
And so in order for them to keep this team together, there needs to be like a statement, and that statement is making the NBA finals.
Okay, so I won't speak to the ownership selling like aspect of it though. I'm going to speak to the team that's on the floor. You know who I think is a key player in this, and you alluded to it, MJ, about like their key guys like possibly leaving, whatever. All right, so Gobert is a obviously starting center, awesome rim protector, trash on offense, but absolutely stud on rim protection. We already know that. Defensive player of the year. Cat's an absolute beast at power forward. He's a stretch four. Yeah, stretch four. Great, love it. Who's the shooter? Reed.
Naz Reid, their 6th man of the year. Yeah,
I cannot stand his shot, but it goes in.
It looks so ugly, but so does Tyrese Halliburton's. So does Tyrese Halliburton. So hey,
I cannot stand.
So does Nikola Jokic's.
Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna put it like this.
Maybe that's the new thing.
The guy actually do for real. Be comfortable in your shot. The guy that I actually
how it looks.
The guy that I actually do think is key for that team though is Connolly. Mike Connolly Jr.
Yeah.
Being part of that team, helping being that like veteran presence and being a part of Ohio State. Kenny, shout out. Being a part of a national championship run and being a part of a multitude of NBA teams that were very, very successful. I think that helps them. I think that helps the Timberwolves. I think that helps. And there's a reason why I went out on a limb and put money on the Timberwolves to win the NBA Finals. I did. I totally did. And I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything to anybody. I just put it out there because I'm like, they got rim protection. They got a 3-point shooter. They got guys off the bench, and they have a just an absolute angry scorer in Ant. I went with it. We'll see what happens. I'm not thoroughly impressed with Boston. I think Boston can be beat. I really think Boston can be beat. I think Indiana to transition into the Eastern Conference. Indiana is a very good basketball team. Indiana can score. Indiana can't play defense. I think any team in the West
outside of TJ McConnell. Yeah.
Correct. I think people in the Western Conference, teams in the Western Conference, however, can play defense, regardless of if it's the Mavericks, who MJ absolutely loves. As a team, MJ, they can play defense.
You're correct. As a team,
I said it like that. I said it like that on purpose.
As a team,
and I think the champion comes out of the West this year, regardless of it's the Timberwolves or the Mavericks. I'm sorry, I just for whatever reason Boston just doesn't impress me with their play.
I don't think the Mavs beat Boston. I'll be honest. I think the Timberwolves beat Boston. I don't think the Mavs. Because the problem is, like, the reason the Mavs and the T-Wolves line up better is because the T-Wolves' strength is kind of their bigs. I understand Anthony Edwards is their main guy. He's the 2, right? But, like, they've got guys like small forward, power forward length.
Dude, yes.
Guard Anthony Edwards.
Yeah,
that's a good point, Sean. And I think the Mavs' defensive strengths line up better to the strengths offensively of the Timberwolves. When you go to Boston, I don't think the Mavs, because like Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum really function offensively as the 1 and 2. Like
Porzingis is fine, but like he's still not playing yet. He's still not playing,
right?
Yet.
Which is a problem as well. So but the Mavs, I don't know. I don't see that working against the way Boston plays, because Boston is not afraid to play fast, and the Mavs do not like playing fast. They want to be methodical. They want to play in the half court. When they get running, that's when you see Luka faking injuries.
Well, you saw it. Well, all right. So I don't know if did you watch Game 1 of the Mavericks Timberwolves series?
Yeah.
So in early in the fourth quarter, there was just a barrage of just fun. Like you could totally tell it was up and down basketball, just boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 and that was like Timberwolves' pace. And like I loved it. It was great. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it slowed down. It got methodical. Like you saw Luka taking step back threes. And dude, that guy's a beast, man. Like regardless of your anger towards him, like that guy.
Oh no, I don't disagree that he's like a top 10 player. I think it's laughable that he gets MVP votes. That's my thing.
He's a top 5 NBA player right now.
Yeah, except where was he being successful before Kyrie was there? Before all of these stud bigs were there.
He was still a stud. He was still.
He was still a stud, but he's not an MVP.
He was still getting MVP votes,
and he shouldn't have. He's not an MVP.
Okay,
because he's not even the most talented player on his team.
You just asked where was his success before Kyrie Irving, and there was nobody around him, and he was still putting up numbers and still getting like MVP votes. So
yes, and Jokic is carrying teams that like barely even has like average level players.
With Michael Porter Jr. is not an average player. Jamal Murray is not an average player.
Jamal Murray was horrible the first half of the season. Michael Porter Jr. can only shoot threes.
Jamal Murray's a stud, dude. You know that. Come on. You'll take him on the. You'll take him.
Okay, Kyrie is leagues better than Jamal. PJ Washington is performing significantly better right now than Michael Porter Jr.
I wouldn't say leagues.
Daniel Gafford is just as good, if not better, at the role played than Aaron Gordon is right now.
Okay, I could take that. I'll agree with that.
1 through 5, the Mavs have a better roster than the Nuggets. And Jokic.
No.
Yes, they
do. No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
I don't know if I agree with that. We'll agree to disagree on that because you and I both have gone back and forth on him a lot.
Yeah, I just think like obviously
who was the NBA Finals? Let's just say let's go right there.
Timberwolves.
I'm gonna stick with my bet. I said Timberwolves. Kenny, who you got?
I like the underdog story. So I think it'll be the Timberwolves. But I kind of want the Pacers to win.
Oh, that's not gonna happen.
I know it's not going to happen.
You want to talk about underdog? Okay, that's fair.
Right. Like I think it's a true, they're blue collar underdog. They really don't play deep and I've watched very little basketball this year. They don't seem to play any defense. I just kind of want to see what happens if Indiana can, win the championship.
So before we shift gears here, I want to talk about how pissed off I am about seeing teams that I saw when the Bulls were successful in the playoffs, like the Celtics, like the Pacers, like the Timberwolves, like the Knicks, like the Celtics, like Detroit. Like I'm well, they didn't make the playoffs this year, but
in the early 2000s.
In general, I am so sick and fucking tired of watching teams with a better leadership in their front office and ownership in their front office that continuously provide their fan base with quality. Whereas we get to sit behind a guy named Jerry Reinsdorf, you're a douchebag and you're a piece of shit. And please, we'll put this out there. I don't even care. We'll put it on my dime. And stop placating to your freaking, your market, so to speak. The guy, stop trying to make your guys money that invested in you as an owner, and why don't you try to actually help your fan base and help the guys out? You got lucky. You had one good year with the Chicago White Sox that just hit. You got lucky. Am I wrong, Kenny?
100% correct.
So, all right, you got lucky 1 year, and you tried developing a team that is injury riddled, and you brought back a guy that you wanted to apologize to because you're a fucking clown, and then you end up going to, all right, let's talk about the Bulls now. Or I'll get off the White Sox because I don't know as much about that. That's Kenny's area. Chicago Bulls. You decide to get rid of coaches because they want to talk back. And say you got Scott Skiles getting fired on Christmas Eve. You got Tom Thibodeau getting fired. You have who else? We can keep going. All right, Vinny Del Negro, I didn't like. That's fine. You can get rid of him. That's fine. But you're getting rid of coaches because they're the problem. They're not the problem. The problem is the ownership. You're the problem. And you're also putting people in charge that don't know how to scout, that don't know how to provide the talent around you and in the level that that fan bases want to see. And this fan base deserves here in Chicago. I'm so sick of it. You are worse than Marquee Network. You're God, I fucking hate you.
But that's true for almost every Chicago sports team. Like, this city deserves a way better class.
Everything. And
everything. We should be talking about White Sox Cubs World Series games. We should, like New York does.
Yes,
kind
always.
of consistently, not really, but we deserve more than what we have and what we've been given. It's ridiculous.
Agree. And I'm going to tell you right now, and like, you may disagree with this, I get why you would, Kenny, because you already talked about it last week. The only team right now, in my opinion, with a inkling of a general manager that's doing it right is the Chicago Bears. That's it. And I said inkling.
The Blackhawks are on the doorstep of returning.
Fair.
They're not quite there yet, and they burned a lot of bridges to get to where they were for that 10-year stretch.
Yeah, but there's also another
just coming back.
But you know what though? There's also allegations against them currently that are like very tumultuous. Let's just say it like that.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you've seen I was about to say I don't know if you've seen the most recent stuff on that.
Yeah.
So, anyways, fuck the Bears, fuck the Blackhawks, fuck the Bulls, fuck the Cubs, fuck the White Sox, fuck all you teams. I love the Bears. Sorry, guys, but
you love the Cubs too.
Not as much. I don't know. They still need a bullpen. They still need a pitcher. Anyway. All right. Last thing we got for you guys. I know it's a lot shorter than I wanted it to be, but Scotty Scheffler. All right. Connor, you want to be on in this too? You want your mom in here too? I mean,
he's not there. He's not even in the.
He's not in the
Zach Wilson isn't here. You're good.
Lord.
Oh, good. Oh, here he is. There. Yeah. All right. Oh, hey, Connor. Just so you know, I don't know if you can hear me right now, but Zach Wilson just called me and he said you want to talk to your mom. So real quick, Scotty Scheffler. All right, so we all know about the story, what was going on. He ended up not doing too much, if the latest video shows. Guys, comments, thoughts, concerns?
Have you seen the videos, Kenny?
I have not seen the videos, but I've heard a lot of the reports and the overall interactions. It really just seems like, in my opinion, for some reason, the police are out to get him. Not really sure where that's going with this. But yeah, like I said, I haven't seen the video, so I'm not sure if I'm putting my foot in my mouth here, but I think
no.
I think it's ridiculous. And the other thing that I heard was that the body cam, the original body cam,
he turned it off.
On.
No, he kept it off. Yep.
So I think that's a huge.
I mean, that's telling. That's telling,
right, 100%. And so yeah, I think free Scotty for sure.
Yes, sir.
They went ahead with the charges too, which I think is even more ridiculous.
Go get him. Yeah, you know what? Scotty Scheffler is like, you know what? Go get him.
Yeah, so
we're doing this.
The Louisville PD came out with the video today saying charges are not getting dropped. Right. We are continuing with this trial, blah, blah, blah. And one of the comments I saw from Dan Rappaport, who's the Barstool Golf guy, who was actually at the press conference, said it sounded more like a campaign speech for the Louisville mayor than it sounded like a report on the events that happened on that Friday. I watched the videos. The police officer did not get dragged to the ground by Scotty's car. He chases down.
He sprinted
Scotty to get him, pulls him out of the car a mere 10 seconds after speaking with him.
And I heard aggressively too. I mean, obviously, if you're pulling somebody out of the car, it's going to be aggressive. But
and then pulls him out of view of the camera. Obviously, he didn't know where this camera was, wherever they got this footage. Pulls him out of view of that camera, and then like 30 seconds later, you see him, Scotty in cuffs, walking towards the cop car, right? And so it's for all of this, like he disobeyed directions from a police officer. assaults on a police officer. Like where? There's no evidence of it. This whole like he got dragged down, his leg was all messed up. You can see the cop
what's his name?
walking very briskly towards the car to stuff Scotty in there. He's walking just fine, brother. There's no problems with this cop as he's throwing Scotty in the back of a cop car. And it's just it's ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
and Scotty's lawyer is like, yeah, we're taking this to trial. Yeah, we're not
100%.
settling. I am taking you
mayor's gonna have
publicly.
the mayor's going to have a huge bill to pay. He's going to be paying all of Scotty's lawyer fees,
Oh yeah.
restitution, all that stuff. Because you're messing with his livelihood too at that point.
Well, yeah, because he's
Yeah.
also playing
Yeah,
like
because-
crap this weekend because he was
What's
thrown in
the
prison.
there's a what's the saying?
Stretching in jail.
Emotional damages.
Yeah, that too. Well, it's also destroying his character. It's putting his character in question.
Oh,
like,
slander.
Defamation.
defamation of character. Thank you. So we could do that. Hold on. Before we decide to take off, I thought that you guys would enjoy this. Hold on.
Oh boy.
Hold up. All
What
right.
did he do?
There we go. Hold up. It was so that was it ended up saying, oh, it's still running. That's awesome. It was saying like that was Scotty Scheffler with the police officer.
That's
fantastic.
Whoever his sponsors needs to get him like an orange jumpsuit for the game for the matches from now on.
Oh,
because that's-
dude, if you
that would be
wore
the perfect marketing.
The
scheme.
Ricky.
an orange,
Yeah, exactly.
Dude,
the Fowler
if you-
stuff.
if you wore an orange button-up polo, yo.
Yeah.
Let's go. We should, dude. Oh, all right. In the works. Third down Thursday, Scotty Scheffler.
Instead of the prisoner number, you put hashtag free Scotty.
Oh, have that or put have his like golf swing like here or something like that, and have his like have his golf swing here and have his prison number here. That'd be sick.
Did you see that? So there's like the high level guys have a PGA Tour group chat, like a text chat, and Xander Schauffele changed the logo of their text chat to his mugshot.
That's awesome. That's
Perfect.
great.
So he gets out of jail, and the first thing he sees after like his lawyer or his wife is Xander Schauffele has changed the group chat profile picture, and it's his mugshot.
Did you guys see like when he got home, like he got off the flight on the plane and he's walking through everything. His son holding in the window that said, "Hey, Dad," or no, he's like, "I'm glad you're home out of jail," or something like that. "I am your son."
Oh my gosh.
It was hilarious, dude. And then like you hear his son go, "Mom said to do it."
Oh my!
I'm glad that he can have fun with it too, though, because those kind of situations can be very nerve wracking. So I'm glad he's able to have some fun.
I mean, well, yeah, of course it's nerve wracking. It's like you're in jail. It's like what the fuck. I don't know about you.
That's just.
I don't want to fucking be like put in a fucking confinement. Like I don't want to. Like, are you kidding me? I would freak out. I'm like, what the fuck do I do with myself? I can't beat off. And with that, ladies and gentlemen,
yeah, there's no better transition there.
Thank you guys so much for attending and watching another edition of the flagship Third Down Thursdays. That man, damn it, I'll get it eventually. That man next to me, that's MJ. That man right here, that is Kenny. The man in the background, let's bring him in.
Executive producer Connor Davis.
That's Connor right here. That being said, MJ, it's time for the best commercial in podcast history.
Bang.
The card. Oh,
Hey,
oh,
Bruce.
I think we pressed it at the same time.
Oh, I didn't press anything. Wasn't me. Free
Who's-
Scotty Bruce.
Free Scotty!
Free him.